Trying to get it done. Okay, no cardiac rehab today. She retook my blood pressure, and it had went from 80 with the top number down to 70 with the top number, and they still could not get a bottom number. They have reached out to my cardiologist, and we're just waiting to hear back from him because this will be the second time I've come to do cardiac rehabilitation, and my blood pressure was too low. They seem to think it may be the medication combination, and let's prayerfully hope that that's what it is, and that maybe some adjustments that'll help, which that should explain the dizziness that I've been experiencing and the lightheadedness, I think. So I'm just sitting out in the lobby waiting on my nurse to come back and pick me up. And, again, know your numbers. For years, the nurse would take my blood pressure at the beginning of my visits for a regular doctor's because I had never had heart problems before. And, she would ramble off numbers, but I had no clue as to what is a good blood pressure or not. And to learn years later that those numbers meant that I had high blood pressure. So, not just ladies, but men. Know your numbers, know what they stand for, ask those questions, and don't be afraid to do that. Because if you can't change what you don't know what you don't know. So yeah, always ask, is that good? Is that considered high blood pressure? I'm just looking out the door for my nurse to come back. I don't want her to be out there waiting on me. But yeah. I wish I had known years ago that I had high blood pressure or considered borderline or whatever, but you don't know what you don't know. But don't be afraid to question. You can do it in a respectful way, but ask these nurses and doctors exactly what these numbers mean. Get your yearly test done. You can even Google and say and ask, what yearly exam should whatever age group you need to be done for that age group, and have those tests done. Take care of yourself, because one diagnosis can lead to something else, and the medication side effects. We won't even get started on that. But sometimes I get tired of hearing, well, you look too young. Just because somebody looks young doesn't mean that it still can't be something wrong with them. And I had one nurse come to my home. He was supposed to be doing my medication management, and when I opened the door, he said, I'm here to do medication management for Miss Durden. And so I was like, okay, come on in. And he literally was just standing there, and I had to look at him like, are you okay? And he said, are you April Durden? I said, yes, sir. And he's like, oh, I was looking for your mother. You look way too young. And, not just that. I've been to many doctors and heard that and got that kind of, they don't take you as seriously because they feel like you're too young, I don't do drugs, I don't do alcohol, don't smoke, none of that. And heart disease affected me at the age of 47. And this year from June till September, when I had the defibrillator put in, I kid you not, I have spent at least 25 days combined from June to September in the hospital, sometimes for 5, 6, 7 days at a time, So take your health seriously. And I am one that would get yearly exams and do what doctors told me. But COVID is what got me. When I got COVID in January, I got it back to back, and after my lung collapse, they didn't know. They just kept telling me I had an upper respiratory infection from February until June. That's what the doctors kept treating me for, upper respiratory infection. And my shortness of breath kept getting worse and worse until that fateful day at the end of June. At like 4:30 in the morning, my stomach was feeling funny. And for women, that's one thing that I've learned. Heart attack symptoms are totally different in women than in men. I just thought I had a real bad case of indigestion. And my stomach just felt really funny. And I woke up, I just could not breathe anymore. And I was like, do I wait till the doctor's office open at 8 o'clock in the morning, or do I get up now and drive myself to the emergency room? That's how bad I felt. So I got to the emergency room about 5 a.m. And I was telling Neil, it's just another upper respiratory infection. Never assumed or thought it was my heart, because again, I've never had issues with my heart. And lo and behold, the doctor came back out there and said, "It's third, we're going to have to admit you because you've had a heart attack." So it took me a while to process that, because I'm like, me? Really? My age? Never had an issue. So they had to do further testing. They did a CT scan. Come to find out, the reason why I was having difficulties breathing all of those months. And if you go back and look at some of my other videos, you'll hear me talking about it. And that's why I stopped really doing videos, because I would get so winded, and I just sounded awful. But yeah, and I even get winded to this day. But come to find out, my right lung had collapsed, and it had been collapsed for a while. Yeah, I had fluid all on my lungs. And I have pictures, and I will upload it so you all can see it. But I had fluid on my lungs, and that's what was causing difficulties breathing.
We were watching it last night.
So the doctor, he said normally he only expirates the fluid off the lungs in the morning, because by this time it was late evening, 8, 9 o'clock, before they got me into a room. And he came in there, the pulmonary doctor came in, and he was like, "No, we need to get this off of you now." And literally, you could hear the air coming back into that lung, and I could literally, it didn't hurt, and I could feel my lungs inflating. I could actually breathe out my nose. I had not realized the significance of how that lung collapse affected my body so much, because I was like, I can actually breathe now. And I hadn't even realized that one of my noses had been completely, shut off. I was only breathing out of one of my nostrils. And I had been told for years that I didn't have sleep apnea. I won't say by what doctor, but for years, and I, kept saying that I know I have it because, I know I snore. Sometimes I would wake up out of my sleep, abruptly. And the same pulmonary doctor, I guess he came back in there that night, and he asked me the next day, "Do you have sleep apnea?" And I said, "No, I was always told that I didn't." So I would have to say no, but I've always questioned that, and I wish I had pushed the issue a little bit more, because guess what? Now I have a sleep apnea machine, because I do in fact have sleep apnea, and that is not good with heart-related issues. So again, question. Don't be afraid to question, because I do now. I always do now since my diagnosis, and because your health is your wealth. Okay, on many different levels. And in the Bible, it tells us we have to take care of our bodily vessels. Even though I was exercising, going to the gym, that's where I got COVID from. Exactly where I got COVID from. But whenever they released me from cardiac rehab to say, yeah, you can go back to the gym, I won't be going back. Instead, I bought little small things that I can do, my weights and stuff like that. A Pilates bar from Amazon, and I got some stuff from Target, before I got sick, realized how sick I was. So I can just work out at home. There's plenty of free YouTube videos out there. And it's just so many different avenues of where you can exercise from your home. And that's what I'll be doing. The only thing they have said that I can do is yoga, but I have not went back to doing yoga yet, because honestly, I'm still kind of sort of scared to do that. So we'll see what happens. Go from there. And just take each day by day, and just stay prayed up. Keep the faith, which is most important. Keeping the faith and knowing that God will take care of you. And if you're a non-believer, I'm sorry, but it's just how I feel. But God has kept me through all of this, because I can remember many nights and days laying in that hospital bed and just praying and just, putting my faith in God, to take the worry away and know that I'm going to be okay, Because when somebody tell you your ejection fraction is at 25%, that's all that your heart is operating, and a normal heart normally operates anywhere between 40 to 60%. Yeah, so you understand. So at any rate, I'm going on 10 minutes, which is not my, this wasn't my intentions, but it was just on my heart to just say all of this. But yeah, stay on top of your health. And if something is bothering you in a respectful way, it's many ways you can approach a doctor or a nurse. You don't have to be belligerent. You don't have to be hateful about it, even though you may not feel good. But that's one thing my doctors and nurses say. They love to see me coming because I'm always smiling and I'm always upbeat with everything that I have been through. I have people that, when they don't know me and they see me and they see these scars on my arm, all of this has come from those hospitalizations, either allergic reactions or because I'm I'm a hard stick, and what they call it, as far as getting a IV in me or a catheter or just to draw blood. So, my skin just reacted to it. I had been prodded and poked so many times. Sometimes I'd be like, please don't think I'm a drug addict, because I'm not, and it's like you have to keep repeating yourself to, change. And I just got to the point now, it's like, I don't care, because it's none of your business. This is my testimony, this is my story, and I know the truth. But yeah, so I'm gonna let you all go. I love you all. Crafty hugs all the way around. Be blessed. Be kind to each other. Be kind. It's just too much that's going on, and my nurse is here, but there's too much that goes on out here in our crafty community. But just be kind to each other and be a blessing to somebody. Don't always be hateful and jealous, because it's not going to get you anywhere. We're all gifted people, and let's just live for the day like it's our last and be good to one another. Be blessed. Talk to everybody later. Bye.